Your life can be anything. It has so much potential. Hey y'all, it's Chey. Holy crap, where did this year go? It's like 2 days, I think? What is today? It's like 2 days before the new year. Where did this year go? It feels like it's been 10 years in this year, but also like 2 months. It feels like 2 months ago I actually started consistently uploading videos to this channel, and since then it's just been... One of the first videos that I published on this channel was a video about a vision board and some goals that I want to accomplish. Those weren't specifically just tied to this year, but I did have a section where I did have specific 2022 goals. Since we're reaching the end of 2022, I want to go back over those goals, talk about the ones that I accomplished, the ones I didn't, why I did or did not accomplish them, and just generally my experience. It's kind of funny looking back at all these goals because there were a lot and some of them were dependent on each other, and because I didn't accomplish one, I didn't accomplish more that were connected to it, which is fine. It's something to work on in the future, but just to note when I'm making goals in the future, maybe make more that aren't dependent on the other ones. But then there were some goals that I absolutely crushed out of the park, kind of in a hilarious way with how much I crushed them. The first one we have, 10 good push-ups. This one I did not accomplish specifically, but I got close enough to where I'm not disappointed in myself. I can do about 8 pretty good push-ups. I know that sounds so weak, but I could barely do 2 at the start of this year, okay? But I got up to 8, and I'm happy with that because it's better than where I was at with 1. Now, I can do 10 push-ups. I can do 10, but 10 good ones? No, 8 good ones. I'm fine with that. For now. Move out. That didn't happen. Without getting into the particulars, that's just because of financial situations, and I don't think I have to say more about the US economy and young adult dependence / independence and the struggle of it. But it is looking like a very real possibility within early next year. This coming year. The one in 2 days. Finish 50 books. I did that. I actually finished 60 books and read over, according to Goodreads, 18,000 pages. If you'd like to see a lot of the books that I read, I have an entire books playlist just for you. If you're wondering what I'm looking down at, I have my bullet journal here, which I wrote the goals in. You can see, unfortunately, she's going to have to retire with the new year incoming, but I'm gonna miss her. I love her. She's been good to me. 5 YouTube videos. Did that. That's something I'm really proud of myself for this year. I did not get to make as many videos as I wanted, nor the exact type of content I eventually want to make more of. I am happy with what I did make though. Every video that I have put out, I am proud of. There is not a single video that I look at and I'm like, oh, this sucks. Because I don't care how they do view-wise or anything. I just love making things. I love creating things. And I really just jumped into YouTube and started doing it because there was not a reason to not to. I have the time, I'm lucky enough to have the circumstances. I've been very lucky with my family being supportive of it and giving me the time and space to do so. I'm very proud of what I made. I'm very proud of what I'm going to make. I hope to keep making content that I am proud of. I never want to make something that I don't think I'll like. And more than that, I am proud of myself for continuing to learn, continuing to stick with it, because I have learned a lot. 5 YouTube videos. Crush that. And I hope to keep crushing it in the future. Next year, looking forward to a lot more videos, a lot more variety, a lot more fun. Even more fun. Own 3 Trigun volumes. I own the entire series now, so gonna say I crushed that one. Much thanks to my family for gifting me a whole batch of them for Christmas, which, as you can tell, I was very happy about. Finished 5 shows. I have a giant watch list, probably like a lot of people on Hulu and Netflix. That didn't happen, which is because it's one of those goals that I mentioned in conjunction with another goal, which was move out. When I move out, or when I had planned that I was going to be moving out, it was going to be somewhere with internet, because this place does not have internet. And I was planning on being able to watch Hulu and Netflix, but that didn't happen, and so I did not get to finish the 5 shows. Watched 12 movies. I did watch 12 movies. In fact, I watched... Hold on. Ah! NANI? My eraser just rolled out of my book. rolled all the way out of my room, non-stop, and then landed under the washing machine. I'm slightly impressed, but also irritated because now it's gone forever. But I am impressed. What was I doing? Movies. Hang on. This led to tragedy last time. A fallen soldier. What horrors will come out of me flipping pages next? Hopefully no danger are awaiting me inside of this tome, ready to jump out and wreak havoc upon the world. That would be a terrible thing to happen. Elder Scrolls Oblivion. I forgot to number the movies on this page. Where did you go? Where did you go? What is your name? Cotton Eye Joe. Okay, that's 47. Hold on, I gotta do this manually. We're going analog. 47. I watched 104 movies this year.
What?
I watched 104 movies? Okay, yeah, get that 12 out of here. Weak sauce, alright? Next year, I'm shooting for 200. I'm just kidding. No, I will not. Reread and annotate the Broken Empire trilogy. Did not get to do that yet, but it is the first thing I'm planning on doing in the new year after I finish the couple of books that I'm on right now. Listen to 200 new albums. This is my little media journal, where I keep track of all the albums and the books that I consume. And by the way, when I say listen to 200 new albums / EPs, I mean new to me. They don't just have to come out in the year 2022. I mean new to me as in I've never heard them before. I listened to 235. I actually amaze myself when I hit 200, because 235 new artists I don't think is that hard, because you can just go to Spotify's like new releases playlist or any kind of playlist like that and just easily pick up 200 new artists. 235 new albums though? I'm just a little bit impressed with myself. I'm very proud of myself for this, because I didn't think I could do it, first of all. There was a point where I got to about halfway in the year and I wasn't even up to 100, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to hit 200. It's a worthy goal, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to hit it. And then I just... I'm actually thinking of making a whole video by itself about that experience of listening to that many albums and EPs, talking about my favorite ones that I did not like so much, some stuff I learned about myself and my music taste, and also probably go over the stats, because I haven't added up all the stats. Like I said, I keep track, I have them listed, but I don't have the times or genres listed or anything, and I think that could be something cool to explore. Read 10 pages a day. This was something that I started as a habit in college to start my reading for my own enjoyment again, and it really helped. And so I wanted to continue it this year. That didn't happen. But I think I made up for it with just more reading in general. I'd like to try and get back in the habit, though, of reading 10 pages a day. Practice drawing once a week. I think I drew my sketchbook maybe 3 times this year. 3 times? Maybe? That's another habit to work on. Learn to make good gyoza. I still want to, I just haven't. And I'll tell you why. Because there are no good places around me that sell good ingredients for it. What I mean by that is the wrappers. There's markets in Nashville. Am I gonna drive to Nashville, though, for wrappers? No. You out of your goddamn mind if you think I am. Donate / sell / declutter 100 items. You can see by my little tally list down here that I did that, which again is something I'm very proud of myself for, because I am a maximalist and tend to hoard with sentimentalism. Wisdom teeth out and realigned. I did that. Whenever I was about 12 or 13, whenever your wisdom teeth start coming in, whenever they're supposed to, I was told that I did not have wisdom teeth. Go to the dentist at 20 years old, they're like, hey, you got 2 chompers back there. You got 2 wisdom teeth poking out back there. We should get those out. And I'm sitting here terrified of needles, terrified of surgery, but the longer that I waited to get them out, the worse it was going to be on me. And I hate needles, and the only way they were going to do the surgery is if they put an IV in, right? To give you the anesthetic. And since I'm terrified of needles, I was like, no thank you. No thank you. But I also just need to toughen up and do it. I decided to go ahead and get it done, but I was in school at this time. I was Blackbird taking classes. Shout out to my surgeon, who is not only the nicest dentist I've ever come across, nicest oral surgeon, he had a Hidden Leaf Village wallet and was wearing a Kakashi jacket. Needless to say, I trusted this man immediately with my life. I was gonna go into the full wisdom teeth story, but I decided that will probably maybe be its own video one day. I'm not really much for storytime videos, but that one may deserve its own storytime. Get a real job. Yes, did that. My definition of what counts as a real job is different now. What I meant then was something that's stable and continues to provide, I guess, consistent income. Not necessarily sit down office 9-to-5 job. And now I'm a freelancer, and I also am hired out to venues to do work. So I count that as several real jobs. Anything that you work at, that you do work for, and you get paid for it, it's a real job. Okay? Cool. Get a vlogging camera. So that hasn't happened yet, but it's about to. I was just waiting until after Christmas to see what funds I have left. That way I don't overdraw myself. Hasn't happened yet, but will, so Be able to hold a basic conversation in Croatian. Sorry, Stipa. That didn't happen. Mainly, okay, listen. Don't blame me. Blame the fact of the lack of absolute literature on the Croatian language, okay? There are millions of books out there. There are millions of lessons and virtual teachers and tutors for languages like Japanese, Korean, Spanish. Croatian? You go online to search for educational resources on Croatian, and they're out there, but they're far and few between compared to the rest of these languages. You go to search for educational resources on Croatian, and Google's like, are you sure that's a real language? I wish I was kidding. I literally saw on like a question and answer site where someone was like, Croatian isn't a real language. And I was like, what? As soon as I find educational resources that are decently reliable, not necessarily books, but like tutors, courses, anything that are reliable to learn Croatian, besides my amazing partner, I'll use them. And you're like, Chey, why don't you just learn with your partner? That's like his language. Listen, he has to listen to me sound like a moron every other hour of the day. I'll save him this pain, you know? Journal at least 3 times a week. Try daily. I was good on that for a while. I was doing very well at that. And then it just... My dog just made a noise. Anyway, that didn't happen. Something to improve on. I will say this year was the most consistent I have ever been in journaling, so I count that as an improvement. Finished my Bob Seger collection. Didn't quite happen. I'm still missing the Fire Inside. Can someone tell me why every single copy of the Fire Inside on vinyl is like $90+? It's getting almost as bad as like Beartooth's discography. It's getting ridiculous. Stop it. Finish/replay near. Oh, I did more than that. And the last one, write 50k words. Talk about crushing goals out of the park. Write 50k words. The goal was write 50,000 words this year. I thought that was pretty doable. And apparently, that was noob level for me, because I ended up writing 5 times as much. Over 5 times as much. I wrote over 270,000 words this year. Just this year. And this year isn't even over yet. Which, by the way, I just wrote over 5,000 of this morning. Before making this video. I was going to make this video as soon as I had my breakfast. But then I sat down and started writing, and it just... I think I wrote 5,500 words this morning. I believe that's closer to the exact amount. But just 5,000 this morning. Next year, I think I'm going to have to up that goal a little bit. Actually, I just realized that I think I'm wearing the same shirt I was wearing in my Vision Board original goal video. My Doors shirt with Jim Morrison. I love this shirt. Wow. Things come full circle. That's all for the goals of this year. Like I said, I'm very proud of myself for what I did accomplish and things that I blew out of the water. And the things that I didn't quite get done or didn't do as well as I hoped on, there's always time for improvement. I'm not worried about it. If you're curious what my goals for 2023 are, I'm going to be making a separate video about those, which will be the one up after this one. Make sure to check that out to see what chaos I'm going to try to accomplish in the new year. But as for now, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't heard it from anyone else today, I love you. Love and peace. Till tomorrow.